The story of the Tower of Babel is a biblical tale found in Genesis 11, verses 1 to 9. According to the narrative, humanity once spoke a single language and decided to build a city with a tower that reached the heavens, symbolizing their unity and ambition. However, God disrupted their plans by confusing their language, causing people to speak different tongues and scatter across the earth. The tower was left unfinished, and the city was named Babel, which means confusion. This story serves as an explanation for the diversity of languages and the dispersion of human populations. Ancient Greek mythology is rich with stories of gods, heroes, and mythical creatures. These myths were an integral part of Greek culture, explaining natural phenomena, human qualities, and life events. Prominent gods like Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, and Athena ruled from Mount Olympus. Heroic tales include those of Hercules and his 12 labors, and Odysseus's long journey home in the Odyssey. Mythical creatures like the Minotaur, Medusa, and the Hydra challenge these heroes. Greek myths have influenced literature, art, and culture for centuries, providing timeless stories of adventure, morality, and the human condition. The Maya civilization, known for its advanced knowledge in astronomy and mathematics, created a complex and accurate calendar system. The Maya calendar consists of 3 interlocking cycles: the long count, the Tzolk'in, a 260-day ceremonial calendar, and the Hab, a 365-day solar calendar. The long count is notable for its ability to track longer periods, leading to the famous 2012 prophecy. The Maya used their calendar for agricultural, religious, and social purposes, making precise astronomical observations to guide their activities. Their calendar system remains one of the most sophisticated achievements of pre-Columbian America. The history of railroads began in the early 19th century with the advent of steam locomotives. George Stephenson's Locomotion No. 1 and the Stockton and Darlington Railway in 1825 marked the birth of modern rail transport. Railroads revolutionized transportation, enabling faster movement of goods and people. The completion of the first transcontinental railroad in the United States in 1869 connected the East and West coasts, transforming commerce and travel. Over the years, rail technology evolved, with electric and diesel locomotives replacing steam engines. Today, high-speed trains continue to innovate, making railroads an enduring symbol of progress and connectivity. The history of photography began in the early 19th century with the invention of the camera obscura and the first permanent photograph by Joseph Nicephore Niepce in 1826. Louis Daguerre's daguerreotype process in 1839 made photography more accessible. The invention of film by George Eastman in 1888 revolutionized photography, leading to the mass production of cameras. The 20th century saw further innovations with color photography, the Polaroid instant camera, and digital photography in the 1980s. Today, photography is an integral part of our daily lives, capturing moments and telling stories through powerful images. The origin of paper dates back to ancient China around 105 AD, attributed to Kai Luan, an official of the Han Dynasty. Early paper was made from mulberry bark, hemp, and other plant fibers. This invention revolutionized communication, allowing for easier writing and record-keeping compared to traditional methods like bamboo or silk. Paper spread to the Islamic world by the 8th century and to Europe by the 12th century. The Gutenberg printing press in the 15th century further propelled the use of paper. Today, paper remains a fundamental medium for communication, education, and art. The legend of Atlantis originates from the works of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. Described as a powerful and advanced civilization, Atlantis supposedly existed around 9,000 years before his time. According to Plato, Atlantis was an island empire that ultimately fell out of favor with the gods and sank into the ocean in a single day and night of misfortune. Over centuries, this story has sparked countless theories and expeditions seeking its location, from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean. While many believe it to be a myth, the mystery of Atlantis continues to captivate imaginations worldwide. The Silk Road was an ancient network of trade routes connecting the East and West, spanning from China to the Mediterranean. Established during the Han Dynasty around 130 BC, it facilitated the exchange of goods, culture, and ideas. Silk, spices, tea, and precious metals were traded along this route, making it a vital conduit for economic and cultural interaction. The Silk Road also enabled the spread of religions, such as Buddhism, Islam, and Christianity. Despite its decline in the 14th century, the Silk Road's legacy continues to influence global trade and cultural exchanges today. The Roman Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater, was inaugurated in 80 AD under Emperor Titus. This iconic structure could hold up to 50,000 spectators and hosted various public spectacles, including gladiator combats, animal hunts, and mock naval battles. Built of concrete and sand, the Colosseum remains an architectural marvel of ancient Rome. Despite damage from earthquakes and stone robbers over centuries, it stands as a symbol of the Roman Empire's grandeur and engineering prowess. Today, the Colosseum is one of the most visited tourist attractions in the world, offering a glimpse into Rome's vibrant past. The origin of the Olympic Games dates back to ancient Greece in 776 BC. Held in Olympia in honor of Zeus, these games were a crucial part of Greek culture. Athletes from various city-states competed in events such as running, wrestling, and chariot racing. The games promoted unity and excellence, fostering a sense of shared Greek identity. However, the ancient Olympics were banned in 393 AD by Emperor Theodosius I. The modern Olympics were revived in 1896 in Athens, inspired by the ancient tradition, and have since grown into a global celebration of sport and unity. The Eiffel Tower, a global icon of France, was constructed for the 1889 Exposition Universelle in Paris, marking the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. Designed by engineer Gustave Eiffel, this iron lattice tower was initially controversial but soon became a beloved symbol. Standing at 324 meters, it was the tallest man-made structure until 1930. The Eiffel Tower showcases exceptional engineering and artistic design, attracting millions of visitors annually. It has been a site for various events, illuminations, and even scientific experiments. Today, the Eiffel Tower remains an enduring symbol of innovation and French cultural heritage. Harvard University, founded in 1636, is the oldest institution of higher education in the United States. Established by the Massachusetts Bay Colony, it was initially called New College and later renamed in honor of its first benefactor, John Harvard. Harvard was created to train clergy for the new Commonwealth and quickly grew in prestige. Over the centuries, it expanded its curriculum and influence, becoming a leading global university. Harvard's alumni include numerous U.S. presidents, Nobel laureates, and influential figures. Today, it remains a symbol of academic excellence and innovation. World War I, also known as the Great War, began in 1914 and lasted until 1918. Triggered by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria, it involved many of the world's great powers, divided into the Allied and Central Powers. The war introduced devastating new technologies like tanks, machine guns, and chemical warfare, leading to unprecedented destruction and loss of life. Key battles include the Somme and Verdun. The war ended with the Treaty of Versailles, which imposed heavy reparations on Germany and reshaped Europe's political landscape. The legacy of World War I set the stage for major geopolitical changes and future conflicts. The origin of chess can be traced back to northern India around the 6th century AD, where it was known as Chaturanga. This ancient game spread to Persia, where it was called Shatranj, and from there to the Islamic world and Europe. Each region modified the game slightly, leading to the modern version we play today. By the 15th century, chess had become popular in Europe, with the rules evolving to resemble the current game. Chess is more than a game. It's a blend of strategy, tactics, and history, remaining one of the most popular board games worldwide. The Russian Revolution of 1917 was a pivotal event that dismantled the centuries-old Tsarist autocracy and led to the rise of the Soviet Union. The revolution occurred in two key phases: the February Revolution, which resulted in the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II and the establishment of a provisional government, and the October Revolution, led by the Bolsheviks under Vladimir Lenin. The Bolsheviks seized control, promising peace, land, and bread, and initiated profound social, economic, and political changes. The revolution marked the beginning of a new era in Russian history, influencing global politics for decades. The Taj Mahal, one of the world's most stunning monuments, was commissioned by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in 1632 in memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal. This white marble mausoleum in Agra, India, took over 20 years to complete, with the work of thousands of artisans and craftsmen. Combining Persian, Islamic, and Indian architectural styles, the Taj Mahal is renowned for its symmetrical beauty, intricate carvings, and stunning gardens. It is a symbol of eternal love and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting millions of visitors every year. The conquest of Mexico by Hernán Cortés began in 1519 and led to the fall of the Aztec Empire. Cortés, a Spanish conquistador, allied with various indigenous groups who opposed the Aztecs. With a small force, he captured Emperor Montezuma II and eventually besieged Tenochtitlan, the Aztec capital. The city fell in 1521, largely due to superior weaponry and the spread of European diseases. The conquest marked the beginning of Spanish rule in the region and had profound impacts on the culture, population, and history of Mexico. The Trojan War, one of the most legendary conflicts in ancient history, is said to have taken place in the 12th or 13th century BC. According to Greek mythology, the war began after Paris of Troy abducted Helen, the wife of the Spartan king Menelaus. This sparked a massive Greek expedition led by King Agamemnon to retrieve Helen and attack Troy. Heroes like Achilles, Hector, and Odysseus played pivotal roles in the decade-long siege. The war is famously concluded by the clever use of the Trojan horse, which allowed Greek soldiers to enter and destroy the city. The story of the Trojan War has been immortalized in Homer's epics, the Iliad and the Odyssey.